In a quiet mountain village, there lived a boy named Altamash. He was different from the other children. While they played in the streets, he spent his days in the forest, listening to the whispers of the wind and the songs of the river. One winter night, while collecting firewood, Altamash heard a faint cry from deep inside the woods. Following the sound, he found a young wolf cub trapped under a fallen tree branch. Its silver fur glowed under the moonlight, and its eyes, golden and wild, met Altamash's. Without thinking twice, Altamash freed the cub and carried it home. The villagers warned him. A wolf is a predator. It will turn on you one day, but Altamash only smiled and replied, "Not all hearts are born to harm. Some are born to protect." He named the cub Ruh, meaning soul. Years passed. Ruh grew into a powerful wolf, tall as Altamash's shoulder, with a deep yet thunder-like growl and a loyalty unshakable as the mountains. Wherever Altamash went, through storms, rivers, and silent valleys, Ruh was always by his side. One summer evening, bandits came to the village, their eyes hungry for gold and their hearts empty of mercy. They set fire to the huts, scattering the villagers in fear. Altamash stood firm. Ruh stood beside him. When the bandits charged, Ruh leaped forward, a blur of silver and shadow. His growl echoed through the valley, sending terror into the hearts of the intruders. Together, Altamash and Ruh fought, not for gold, not for glory, but for the people they loved. By sunrise, the bandits had fled, leaving the village safe. The villagers, once doubtful, now looked at Ruh with awe. "He is no mere wolf," the elder said. "He is the spirit of this land." Altamash knelt beside his companion, resting his forehead against Ruh's. "We're not just man and wolf," he whispered. "We are brothers." And so, in the heart of the mountains, the legend of Altamash and his wolf was born, a tale of trust, courage, and the bond between two souls that no fear could break. Chapter 2. The Call of the Mountains. The summer winds carried with them the scent of pine and wildflowers, but Altamash could feel a restlessness brewing inside Ruh. The wolf often stood at the edge of the forest, nose lifted high, ears twitching at distant sounds no human could hear. "What is it, brother?" Altamash asked one evening as the two sat by the river. Ruh's golden eyes glowed in the fading light. The wolf didn't answer with words, but with a long, haunting howl that rolled across the valley like thunder. The villagers stirred uneasily. Some whispered that it was a bad omen. Others feared that the wolf was calling his own kind, inviting danger to their homes. But Altamash knew better. "The mountains are calling him," he thought. "And perhaps calling me too." That very night, Altamash dreamt of snow-capped peaks lit by silver moonlight. A great eagle circled above, its wings cutting through the stars. Beneath it, he saw Ruh standing proud on a cliff, and beside him, himself, older, stronger, holding a staff that shimmered like fire. When he awoke, his heart raced. The dream felt less like a vision and more like a prophecy. The next day, as he was helping rebuild a burned hut from the bandits' raid, an elder approached him. The man's beard was white as snow, and his eyes carried secrets of many winters. "Altamash," the elder said gravely, "your bond with the wolf is not an accident. The mountains have chosen you. There is a darkness rising beyond the northern peaks. Only one who walks with both man's heart and the spirit of the wild can face it." Altamash froze. His hands trembled, though he tried to hide it. He was just a boy with a loyal wolf, nothing more. Yet the elder's words stirred something inside him. That night, Altamash packed a small bag, bread, dried meat, flint, and a carved wooden pendant his late mother had given him. Ruh padded close, brushing against his shoulder, ready without a command. They left the village quietly, under the cover of stars. The mountains loomed in the distance, silent and vast, as though waiting. For the first time, Altamash felt the weight of destiny pressing upon him. He wasn't just a boy with a wolf anymore. He was a seeker walking into the unknown, where man and beast would stand against whatever shadows awaited. And Ruh, with eyes like burning gold, walked by his side. Chapter 3. Shadows on the path. The air grew colder as Altamash and Ruh climbed higher into the mountains. The pine trees thinned, replaced by jagged rocks and icy winds that whistled like spirits. At night they slept beside small fires. The wolf curled close to keep his boy warm. Altamash often thought of his village. The laughter of children, the smell of bread from his mother's oven, the sound of hammers rebuilding huts. But each time he looked at Ruh, steady and fearless, he remembered why they had left. Destiny rarely called the comfortable, it always called the restless. On the third night, they reached a high pass where the moonlight cast long shadows over the cliffs. Ruh stopped suddenly, growling low, his fur bristling like needles. Altamash gripped his wooden staff. "What is it, Ruh?" From the darkness ahead came movement. Shapes, 4, maybe 5, slipped from the rocks, cloaked in rags. Their eyes glowed unnaturally in the moonlight. They were not bandits. They were something older, something the villagers whispered about but never dared to name. The shadowed ones, creatures said to be born from fear itself. One stepped forward, its voice like dry leaves. "The boy of the wolf." The mountain spoke of you. Altamash's heart pounded, but he held his ground. "We seek no quarrel. Let us pass." The creature hissed, baring teeth that shimmered like black glass. "The mountains are not yours to walk, boy. Turn back, or be swallowed by the dark." Before Altamash could reply, Ruh lunged forward with a roar, his eyes blazing gold. The shadowed ones recoiled at the light, hissing and stumbling back. Altamash raised his staff. In that instant, he felt a strange warmth flow through him, like fire running in his veins. The staff glowed faintly, just as it had in his dream. The shadows shrieked and dissolved into mist, vanishing into the rocks. Silence fell again, broken only by Altamash's heavy breathing. He looked at Ruh, who stood tall, fur shining silver in the moonlight. The wolf's eyes met his, steady and fierce. "You knew, didn't you?" Altamash whispered. "This journey, it's more than I imagined." Ruh said nothing, only pressed his head against the boy's hand. Together they walked forward, deeper into the mountains, where greater trials awaited.